Welcome back to the channel. RacerX here, and I am back with my good buddies at Gearheads Performance in Mansfield, Texas. I'm actually picking up my car today, so as you can imagine, I've had all sorts of interesting things going on with insurance. Most of you guys saw that my last Twin Turbo Mustang unfortunately met its end with the wall on Highway 75 in Dallas. And but we're gonna pick up the pieces and we're going to move forward. I'm picking up my red car, which is actually the car that Travis, the owner here at Gearheads, it's his personal car. I'm buying it from him, and we're gonna make 2.0 even better than the last one. So I want to go inside. I want to go ahead and show you what's going on with the car. I actually have some stuff I want to show you about the stuff that came off of my last car, so it should be pretty interesting. Anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, hit subscribe for me right down there at the bottom. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. Hit that notification bell for more great content. And here we go. Okay, now as you can see behind me, here is the car that I'm actually buying from Travis, the owner here at Gearheads, a beautiful race red Mustang. Now this one's actually, like I said, it's more of a base car, but this is the lightest form of Mustang GT that you can get. And I've got lots of great stuff coming on this car. So I'm super excited to bring you all of the new stuff coming on this Mustang. So lots of new content coming on this bad boy. But first, I want to go ahead and show you what we were able to salvage off of the blue car, so that Matt once again can work his magic on a new twin turbo install on this beast. All right, so now as you can see, I've kind of got everything just sort of splayed across the floor here. This is the fuel system. Matter of fact, we were able to salvage most of the fuel system. You can see the pumps right there. This was a triple hat system from 4 Innovations, one of the best kits that they make. These are my fuel rails. I had the 1300cc injectors. Everything is here ready to go back into this new car. We do have some new lines coming because we don't want any fuel leaks or anything like that. So we're gonna get some new lines on the car, and really any of the soft parts, most of that stuff is gonna get replaced. So we're already working with 4 Innovations to get that. You can see the intercooler of all things. How in the world this thing managed to survive that sort of crash is absolutely insane. But you can see, there it is. This was right in the front of the car. No idea how this thing managed to survive that sort of a beating, but it did. There it is. And so they're got a little bit of welding to do on this. One of the tabs actually popped right here. So Hunter will get on that. He'll weld us a new tab on this, and the intercooler will be good to go. You can see we did have to kind of cut this to get it off the car, the old car. But all of that, we have new pieces coming in for that. And as you can see right here, we do have the boost gauge. So I got to get new lines for the boost gauge, but we were able to get the boost gauge out of the old car. And so we'll get this one put in to the new one. And of course, here are the money makers of this awesome Hellion twin turbo kit. Those are my 64 millimeter twin turbo ball bearing turbos. I mean, these things are bad daddy. And you can see we did get a few things sort of crushed here. You've got the lines. All of this is going to be replaced. We'll have brand new filters. Like I said, most of the soft parts on here are going to get replaced. But as you can see, the turbos themselves actually are in really good shape. You can see the wastegates kind of hanging there off of there, but that's normal. We just got a couple of couplers to get in there. And the same thing when you look here. This actually has a couple of little scrapes on the other side. You can't quite see it at this angle, but the turbos are actually fine. It's amazing to think about the fact that these turbos are actually okay. Both of the wastegates are okay on this system, so we're going to go ahead and reuse the turbos. They should be absolutely just fine. We'll clean them up real nice, and they'll go on the new car. So we were also able to salvage a couple of the charge pipes. You can see this is the pipe that actually, the J pipe that went up through the stock intake box that Matt cut, and that actually came out basically perfect, which is a miracle. Those of you that saw the picture of the old car, it is insane that we were able to get anything off of that car. But as you can see, these are actually the pipes that Matt was able to fab custom to go in my X mod because we wanted it to be 3-inch all the way across. So we're just going to get those cleaned up really nice. So that's a little bit less work to do on the new system when we put it in. Of course, this is another piece of the X mod right here. Everything there is not even dented. So it's amazing that we were able to salvage those. Now, the tips, a little bit of a different story. You can see there's a couple other exhaust components right over here. But on the tips, they were damaged, unfortunately. I want to go ahead and show you what happened here. The car basically bounced up in the air, smashed the tips down onto the ground. And this carbon fiber on the X mod, very nice, but it did get damaged. And you can see this one here as well. They did get a fair amount of damage on the bottom of them. So I'm actually going to send those off to MagnaFlow. They're going to rework the tips on this and send those back, and it's going to go right back on the new car. Now, one of the other advantages that I mentioned in one of my previous videos was the fact that this particular car already has a bunch of suspension work done to it. That's stuff that I did not have done to the blue car, but I was needing to do. So Travis has already done all sorts of great suspension work to this. So this thing is basically race ready from a suspension and a driveline perspective. We're talking, you know, the big beefy axles and drive shaft already in the car. So really we're sitting kind of pretty. Once we get the turbo kit back on this, the only other things we're going to need to really turn this beast up is obviously, a built motor and a built trans, which will come later. But the car should make right about the same amount of power, but should be set up even more for racing because I have those awesome welds that are going to come with the car, and the suspension's ready to go, so I cannot wait. So we got my man Luis out here doing his damage on what looks to be a Raptor out here. So he is definitely doing his thing. Of course, we got Matt over here. He's, as usual, got his head down in a car right now. That's kind of what he does. And so when you look at the interior, this, as I mentioned, we do just have kind of the cloth interior. It's not a 401A car. But like I said, guys, I have a lot of stuff coming on this car. I cannot wait to show you. I might have a solution for these wheels as well coming up that I can't wait to show you guys. So a lot of things to look forward to on this Mustang build. 2.0 is going to be even more exciting. So as you can see, just one of the other many projects that they have going on here at Gearheads. Of course, a beautiful 5-liter Mustang here as well. And this, of course, is a Pro Charge car. So this one is set up to run as well. This is just kind of a nice example of some of the other stuff that they work on here at Gearheads. You can see they do have older Mustangs in the house. They've got this basically is a race car. Matt, of course, is working his magic on this beast right here. We got another monster turbo car up here. Just all sorts of stuff going on. We can see Travis over here working his magic on the dyno. So, man, these guys have a lot of stuff going on here at the shop. And there is our man, Matt, who put the turbo kit together on my last Mustang. And guess what? He's going to be doing his magic on the new one as well. So tell us a little bit about what's going on, because my understanding is this might be the last project that you get to do here. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So
the last turbo kit.
Oh, man. Well, I'm just glad that you're going to be around to get my kit done, because you did such a good job on the first one. I know that you were like dying when I told you about what happened to the first car.
Yeah, no, that kind of hurt a little bit. I had a lot of time
I'm so sorry, brother. You spent so much time on that. You were up late at night working on that car, making it perfect. Yep. But I know that you already are going to make this next one better. And you've already done one, right?
Yes.
So actually you've done more than one. But this one here, you really had your heart and soul in it. But I can't wait to see what you do with this new one. I think it's going to be even better than the last one.
I'm definitely going to be taking it up
a few notches. But you did a great job, man. So I can't wait to see what you do with this new car, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, brother. And what are you working on here, by the way?
Finishing up a nitrous kit. The customer just mounted the solenoids, but he hadn't done any of the wiring or anything like that. So I did all the wiring to it, so just makes it a little bit cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Just finishing it up for him and then doing a purge on it as well.
I got you, brother. It's going to be quick.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, buddy.
My pleasure.
All right, guys, so as you can see, we do have our work cut out for us here on the Mustang. Hellion has been just unbelievable in terms of getting everything ready to go on this particular car. They've been packing stuff, getting stuff ready to come back out to Gearheads. So we will actually start the install on this car here very, very soon. I cannot wait to bring that to you guys again. I know it's kind of like 2.0, we're resetting, but sometimes that's just what you got to do. And it's going to be great when we get it all done. So a huge shout out to my guys at Hellion Turbo. Also my guys at MagnaFlow, ready to send me in some new tips and make sure we have everything ready here. And also the guys from 4 Innovations, making sure I have all the lines and basically everything we need for this car. Hopefully will be showing up here in the next week. And we'll go ahead and get to rebuilding this monster, and I cannot wait. So anyway, huge shout out to guys at Gearheads as well, I should say. And guess what? I will just catch you guys on the next one. So until then, RacerX.